Well, there we go. Good evening and welcome to the Manchester United agenda. I'm sorry, I was just having a glass of water and I got caught by surprise, like our back four. So it's Friday evening. It's your favourite day of the week. It's my favourite day of the week. Mr. B, is it your favourite day of the week?
100%, man. I ain't gonna see the inside of a van for 2 days. I'm absolutely delighted.
Something that you haven't heard outside of Operation U3, that sentence. All right, let's see who we've got in the house. Wake up, Solo. We got Yale. One brick falls into place. Soon 2 bricks will be in place. Or we'll get the 3rd brick. And then we'll get a 4th brick in head of recruitment Ward. I think he is the guy. We'll get on to that, Yale, in a minute. We're just doing some hellos. We got Matty Bassett here. Good evening, Matty. Big yourself up. Don't worry about the show and the chat. Just big yourself up. And also, Simon, hope your day's been good. My day's been fantastic. How's yours been, Mr. B?
As good as it can be. As good as it can be. It's topped off a really shitty week, but
yeah,
no work.
I know. Well, you've had a rough time this week, and my heart
Yes,
goes out to you. Horrible stuff.
It's life.
Yeah, I know, but it's the world's such a crap place sometimes. But Simon, let us know how you're getting on, as we hope that everyone's doing well. Right, Mr. B, I have spent 5 minutes looking at Twitter, and right, Jason Wilcox, has signed as a technical director. Zinedine Zidane is being linked to us. Frankie de Jong is being linked to us again. Mainu is going to get a new contract with a healthy pay boost. Maguire, McTominay and Anthony are back for Coventry City. Ten Hag has forgiven Garnacho. And I think the one that I'm going to start with is Ratcliffe and social media. So, as we know, Garnacho liked a couple of posts from the United stand that were very critical of the manager and got in trouble. So Jim Ratcliffe has been rumoured to have given an edict saying that from now on, he wants no players interacting in any form with social media channels.
Is this who did this? Who said this?
Ratcliffe, right from the top.
It's going to be very interesting then, isn't it? Because Rashford's, got his. That is quite busy. Garnacho's got his that everybody started following. I'm not going to say it's not going to work, but I think there's going to be a lot more. So what if they want to leave the club? They just have to post a tweet and they're gone.
Well, it's not like asking them to be off social media. It's interacting with like Manchester United fan channels and fan content is what they want to control. Like, I suppose, give power back to the press and press conferences.
Okay, I'm not. I really don't believe that that's going to work. But the fact that it's come from the head honcho, then we'll see. Maybe they will take a little bit of heed.
And I've never asked you, actually. I don't know your thoughts on sort of like with players like Rasmus, who's given an interview to a fan channel. Rashford has interacted with one, calling them out. I mean, do you think that footballers should be messing about with the likes of us?
No, but they're human, aren't they? So they're going to want something to do with their downtime, and they have a lot of downtime. So I think they're always going to jump on. Listen, they might be listening to this one silently and not commenting or whatever, but the job that they're in, they have to accept the criticism, especially when they're playing crap, man. If they're playing shit, don't talk. Just get your gloves back on and play.
Yeah.
Sorry, boots back on and play.
Well, Anthony Martial in here with gloves. Yeah, I kind of agree with you. I think that like when you become like a footballer, you've made huge sacrifices to get there, but I think that they have to continue because of the privileged position that you're in. And I don't think it's asking too much from a player not to sort of go around like tweets that are calling a manager out and stuff, because it's just childish and it causes problems. And I can forgive Alejandro Garnacho because he's a teenager basically, in it. And I think one of the things that we forget about teenagers these days is that they missed out on 2 years because of COVID. So Garnacho might be 19, but in terms of sort of in terms of socializing, he's still only 17, basically. But let's have a look what everyone is saying. Simon Warner's day was really good until it started raining. Matt is saying, imagine Frankie joins and Eric gets sacked. I mean, what are your thoughts on Frankie de Jong, Mr. B, and this saga?
Every year, for whatever reason, he's been brought up like who was the other one that we brought up every year and we never got? Snyder.
Yeah.
I don't understand where it's coming from. Obviously, Barcelona do want to offload him and have wanted to offload him for 2 years. But I'm not even. Why is Frankie de Jong going to leave Barcelona? It's not like we're in Champions League. So yeah. No chance at all, man. I don't see that.
I always find it a bit embarrassing as well, because it's not like say Camavinga or someone like that who the manager has no connection to. Like Frankie de Jong is well known to Erik ten Hag, and he knows his people and stuff. I felt we were in a really embarrassing situation in that first year where we spent running around like a teenage girl after a boy in like at university or something. I felt we're embarrassed by that, and
we were.
I hope we don't get back to chasing him around. Let us know in the comments about what you think about Frankie. You got Simon saying that he doesn't want Maguire playing. I'd be happy with Maguire playing. He wants Højlund playing. He does need to get his mojo back. Where are you standing at the moment with Højlund, Mr. B?
First year, bath time. I would have rather his goals had been more spread out in regards to he got the first slot in the Champions League, did nothing in the league. Then he had that 5 or 6 game spurt. And he's come back, but it's the same problems we've got bath time. If nobody's feeding him the ball, he's never going to score. And they have no interest. Garnacho, when he gets in and he goes on his left foot, you know where he's going. He's going for goal. That doesn't benefit Højlund. We've probably got 2 of the most selfish wingers in the league. We've got wingers who don't want to set up the centre forward. They want to score for themselves. So he's got no chance. And but she said Bruno's in behind him, and even he's not finding him. He'd rather shoot from 40 yards into the crowd, you know. So, did you think there could be a problem with Højlund and the rest of the squad, the older ones, not the younger players?
He did do that interview with the United Stand, which is extremely critical and of United players and things. And a report did come out that some senior players went and spoke to him and said, like, look, that's not how we do things around here.
Yeah, but surely
we also heard someone from the camp being quoted as saying they couldn't believe that United had signed a player of the standard of Højlund.
I think that was Rashford. I really do. Yeah, just like he talked about Alanga being a teacher's pet and blah blah blah. I think it was Rashford.
But have you seen him get any better, like outside of the box or anything like that? Has he improved since he turned up, Rasmus?
No, but I don't think. I think there's definitely things that he has to improve as a player. I mean, as I said, you called it from early when he said he wrestles with the centre-back in trying to control the football. He's more interested in moving the centre-back miles back.
Yeah.
Get in there and learn to control the football, get some technique. And his goals, as I said, are all power goals. You know, bang, bang, bang. I want to see him curl one. I want to see him poke one in the bottom. But you know what I mean? So I know that part of it, I think he's got in his arsenal. There's definitely stuff to improve. Has he improved? I would like to think he has, but if you're not getting what you need as a striker, then I don't put it all down to him.
Do you
But
think
yeah,
he could do more though? Like, I
he
don't like his
needing what?
run.
He's okay. If what? How much games has he played now, including this season professionally? 100.
Okay, yeah, sure.
He has a lot. I mean, look, he has a lot to learn. But then we talk about Manu, and Manu's played less than him. So I think the runs he needs to learn, because he will pass the player in. He looks like that kind of forward who's not selfish.
Yeah.
So we need the wingers with his mentality, because he will pass to a man and make the run, and the person he's passed to is going to run on and try and shoot. When the best ball would be a return pass at some stage. You know what I mean?
Yeah. This is actually one of the reasons I quite like McTominay in the number 10, because he keeps it simple. No, literally, like, that's just one of the reasons, is that if you give him the ball, he shoots or he passes. He doesn't really tend to do anything else. And I think that if our wingers played the same, just shot or pass, but quickly, like, so instead of like Rashford slowing it down, bringing 4 men to him, and then trying to dribble them or trying to, like, curl it or something, would be
Well, I
much
mean,
better
the thing is,
served.
the fact that he's still attracting defenders to him, I'd just leave him on his own, because he's going to do effort. But the fact that he still does, he hasn't learned that if you've drawn 3 players in, there's players on the pitch. Get rid of the football. As soon as they hit you, get rid of the football. You've done your job. Like Jack Grealish does. Unselfish. Yeah. You know what I mean? He will take him into the corner because they know. But he's looking to get that ball switched quickly, or move to a central midfielder who's there behind him. Boom, boom, boom across the pitch. You've probably got 2 player overlap, because Rashford's been unselfish. But you're right. He runs and tries to dribble past 5 players. I mean, in training, he probably does it in training every week. But as a defender, and as your teammate, as a defender, you're not going to kick him. You're not going to try and tackle him, really. You know what I mean? So maybe he hasn't improved.
So I watched like some highlights of Rashford from last season yesterday. And what struck me about the difference in this season, last season, was like how committed he was for scoring a goal. Like, he was sort of like holding people off. He was going in where it hurts. Looked like a completely different player. And when obviously, when you're watching someone's highlights, you're watching the best of them. But Jesus, he looked like such a good player. Like, he looked unplayable at times.
Yeah,
the
well,
post control.
That's what happens when you look into WH, man. You put the effort in, and Solo at the beginning, he got me so mad. I'll be honest. Oh, Rashford's only done it for the money. He only played that well for the money. I wanted to slap him. But if you look at it, he's right. He's actually right in what he's saying. And that's the part that burns me. All them people who said he's only doing it for the wages. I forgot that he was crap the season before, maybe the season before that, but my memory's not that long. But I'm never going to forget how bad Rashford's been this season, and how he's treated, said us as the paying, say them as the paying fans and us as the watching fan. He's been a disgrace. He actually has been a disgrace.
I can't get over the fact that he was talking about, don't you ever doubt my commitment, and think about all the buses I caught and stuff. I'm like, piss off, Rashford. Get up at 6:30 every morning. Like, go running, do a full day of work, come back.
Sorry. You get up at 6 o'clock to jog?
Yes. Well, 6:30, yeah.
You're fucking mad, bath time.
A little bit, yeah, but I don't want to get fat, and I want to play football as long as I can. I don't want to go in the Vets League.
There is no way. When my alarm goes up all right, I get up at 5 o'clock, so I ain't doing nothing before. I ain't doing nothing before that. But to know that I'm getting up to go outside and run, that's a completely different mentality to me, bro. Wow.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
It's any time. Like, Monday used to bring this up all the time, but it's not that unusual to get up and do exercise in the morning. But anyway, we got to do some comments. We got Brush. I haven't seen you for a while, Brushy.
Hope you're well, man.
Yeah, I hope you're well. You're definitely one for the streets, Brush. You're on a lot of channels, but I've just realised I haven't seen you for months. So send us a message and come on ours. Come home. Come home to your family. All right. What is Simon saying? I can't see Martial playing much for the rest of the season.
No, he doesn't deserve it.
Well, there's been a fallout, hasn't there? Like
Fallout with who?
With Ten Hag.
He was always bloody injured. What's he worried about? What did he want Ten Hag to give him a new contract? Is that what you expected?
I'm not sure, but Martial has actually been available for most of the season, and then they agreed that he would have an operation. He's now back from that operation and fit, and isn't anywhere near a matchday squad.
Oh, tough.
Yeah, he's been pushed out.
Oh well, never mind. I like Martial, but when they leave the club, I actually don't care about them. When they leave the club, I do not give a toss. I don't watch them. I don't listen to what they say about their new club or nothing. I just don't care.
Some players I do. Beckham and Ronaldo in particular.
Like, no interest. No, absolutely no interest.
All right. Well, we've got Bart here saying, do you know that Jason Wilcox was a player under Liverpool legend Kenny Dalglish? Bart,
not a problem.
You understand that we've watched football and played football all our lives. Like we're not like Wikipedia sluts or something, and that's where we get all our knowledge from. Like maybe you've got me with a troll here. I don't know, but we do. Yeah, we do know these things.
He's a winner. He's a winner. That's what we want at the club, winners.
And then we got Hydro on the beers saying, hello, everyone. Hello, Hydro. How are you doing? And have we got, oi, oi, baddies. Is Big G in the house?
That's a really nice greeting. Thanks.
Yeah. Yes, thank you, Big G. And we've got JR popping in with that lovely cowboy hat. Saying hello, and we just got a load of nonsense off Bart, but he has actually brought something up here that I thought was interesting. He said Benny McCartney needs to work with Rasmus because Benny is our forwards coach, and recently I found out that at Ipswich McKenna has taken Lee Grant, and Mr. B, what is Lee Grant, the ex-goalkeeper's job?
He's a forward coach.
Yeah. I think that's actually quite clever.
It's a listen, when I initially laughed, but if you think about it, a goalie's going to tell a striker where he doesn't want to go and save the ball. So, yeah, I just think that is, I'm not going to say it's revolutionary. Maybe that's done at other clubs, but I think that's such a brilliant idea.
I mean, I wouldn't want it the other way around. Like, I wouldn't want Ruud van Nistelrooy going and coaching the goalkeepers or something like that.
No, definitely not.
But I think like as part like of someone on the team, it's an excellent idea because of just all the techniques that a goalkeeper has. I saw Michael Owen recently, who I don't think anyone can argue that Michael Owen wasn't an elite finisher. He said that too many players in the box, especially sort of midfielders and wingers and stuff, they try and score a coached finish instead of the scruffy finish where you protect the ball and it looks ugly. But that's exactly what you're trying to do. You know, you've got to sort of shield the ball with your body. You've got to make contact on top of the ball, kick it in the ground. Like, looks ugly, but it's really top quality striking.
I like ugly goals half time. I'm see on a Saturday. Like the last maybe. Well, we scored about 3 scruffy goals on Saturday, but nothing filled me more with pride because they were so shit. But the players were there in the box. You know, there was no clean striking. It was fluffed. It was bounced off a defender's foot. But those are the goals that you need to score. Obviously, you do want to score the streamers from outside the box, but your bread and just Gary Lineker it. Just being just get your ass in the box. So yeah, I'm glad. I love a scruffy goal.
Yeah, I do as well. I particularly used to enjoy goals that were offside for Manchester United, and everyone would start crying about them. Those are my favourites. So that's why I was always against VAR right from the start, because I love it when we score. Like when Pedro Mendes or whatever lobs Carroll in goal from the halfway line and it doesn't count. That's the kind of stuff that I love. But we got Damien Walsh. Good evening, everyone. What a beautiful night Wednesday was. Seeing City get knocked out and Foden's face. It was priceless. I don't know, Damien. I think that this is a bit like laughing at beautiful celebrities or something. They're so far out of our league at the moment that I don't think we've got any right to laugh at a team going out in the semi-final, quarterfinals of the Champions League. When was the last time we were in a semi-final?
Last year
of the Champions League.
Oh, sorry. I Champions League is actually deleted out of my. It said to me, but I don't acknowledge the word. You said.
Did we get to one with Moyes, or was that the quarterfinal?
What with Moyes? Quarterfinal of the what? Champions League?
Yeah, I think we did. I think Fellaini got us through.
Oh,
but
maybe
get Wikipedia out and let us know.
Yeah, somebody's gonna have to. Yeah.
All right, Emma. That's why you have to laugh bath time, or else you would cry, and my bath would be a bath of tears. But I've just found out that Coventry City was founded before Man United. Well, keep us updated, Bart. But if you can find out the last time we're in the Champions League semi-finals, that would be good. It was Was it the quarterfinal? I remember Fellaini scored 2 goals. Last semi versus Ralph Schalke. It's as long ago as that. Wow. And Big G is saying, Mr. B, any closer to the camera, pal, you're going to be in my living room, mate.
I've moved back.
Actually, I'd just like to say that Mr. B, after this show, will be going on to Syed TV on one of them really sort of shouty shows. So
I know. I'm really hoping it's not you know me and shouting bath time. I hope it's a civil. If it's not, then fine. But I won't be joining in the screaming and shouting. I'll just say my point, drop the bomb and do the Joker and sit back in my chair and see what happens.
Well, I mean, you've already threatened to beat Solo up tonight. You said you would smash someone up last night. I don't know. Like this passive aggressive that you're just aggressive. They're all passive. And then Agile Beast is confirming that it was 13 years ago. 13 years ago. This is why I don't like laughing at other clubs, because I don't want us to define ourselves by the failures of our rivals. I want them to be crying about offside goals we've scored against them. Hello, Vincent.
Oh, long time no see.
It's our technical whiz. All right, so I've forgotten all the stories. Right, let's talk about Zizou. So today, Emmanuel Petit has dropped a huge one, saying that Zinedine Zidane has been taking English lessons. And that means that Zidane has been strongly linked with us today. Mr. B, first of all, is this bollocks? Is this a wet dream? What is this?
I think it's absolute shit. Why would Zidane, who hasn't coached for I don't know how long. I mean, he was waiting for the France job, but I think Deschamps is going to die with that job. He has no intention of going anywhere. With the players coming through there, why does he need to go? So Zidane probably needs some money. Everybody needs money. Yeah, I don't know what work he does, but it's not going to be as highly paid as being a Man United manager. I just don't see. Do you know what? It's a better choice to. It's a better choice than Potter and what's that other dickhead?
Gareth.
Yeah. If you're gonna call out a name, then fine. But the day that Nagelsmann is definitely out of the agenda, they brought another big name in. Is he a coach?
I don't know. I'll talk about my feelings on Zidane in a second, but we'll look at the comments, because Emma is saying they're really just making stuff up now, which, yeah, maybe. Zidane was also linked to Bayern Munich. because like Nagelsmann has agreed to stay on after the Euros, isn't he?
Yeah.
It's only been 3 years since Zidane last coached. Hasn't he been?
Was that? Did I say 3 years?
Well, 2021. So that's 3
Was
years.
it? Oh, I don't know why. I don't know why I thought you'd been out for longer than that. To be fair,
it's because of how crap Man United have been in them 3 years. It's sort of like Einstein's.
Bath time. I mean, look at the players that he had at Real Madrid to what he would be coming into at our club. He ain't taking the job.
All right, let's do the comments first, and then let's get into that. Zidane will probably suit a club like Bayern or Juve of Man United, or he might be waiting for PSG. I think those are all fine. Zidane is United manager. I don't think so. Is Antonio Valencia teaching the English? And then I don't think Zidane can actually cut it in the Premier League unless he manages City.
Yeah, because they've got the stars already.
All right. Well, so we discussed this briefly off stage, but what I said to Mr. B, I'm not even sure how much Zidane managed Real Madrid in terms of sort of like tactics and coaching and things like that. I think that he might have just been a guy who has an aura about him where you can't complain, right? So Benzema and all them men with all them egos, they can't go and say Zidane knows nothing. He's won everything in the game. He's a legend for his country. He's a legend for Real Madrid. And I think that he was more of a sort of a figurehead for players to rally around in a similar way that Ancelotti is, where Bellingham said that Ancelotti doesn't really kind of coach them that much. He puts them out on the pitch. He has them prepared mentally, and he lets them get on with it. And Bellingham was saying, we play City with all their sort of like patterns of play and things, and we're more of an off the cuff team. Like we don't really sort of train these things. So I wonder if, Mr. B, that would suggest to me that in order for a Zidane or Ancelotti to be successful, they need players that don't need guidance.
Yeah.
Does our team need guidance?
Oh God, does it? Of course it bloody does. Can you imagine just letting them players play? Having a manager who would just let them play. Oh my God, we'd be done. We got so much dumbasses in our team. We'd be done.
Do you think that Ollie might have had a similar thing though?
Yeah, I think he did. Where they just went out there and played. Yeah. Because people spoke about Ollie ball and freestyle football. People say Ten Hag hasn't got a formation. He does. It's just a shit one.
But like Ollie had a formation and stuff. But essentially, what he had is he had McFred like sitting. Then he had like the centre. He had like Lindelof, Maguire, and Aaron Wan-Bissaka, and then Shaw and the rest of the lads, Bruno, Greenwood, Pogba, Rashford, Martial, doing whatever they wanted, and we were undefeated for a record amount of time away from home. We had second and third place finishes, and we got to the final of a European trophy. Like, is there any argument that maybe letting the players off the leash a bit might be the way going forwards?
No. What would Rashford do off the leash? Nothing. He doesn't have the motivation to do it. He's not going to do it. Garnacho, we bought a striker who they don't pass to. Bruno, do you think he can play any freer than he's playing at the moment?
I think Bruno's been reined in like this season.
What?
Yeah, like
really?
He's playing. Yeah, I think he's playing much deeper. I think he's less near the striker than he used to be.
That's the problem then. That's the problem that we've got. He needs to be nearer to the striker so he can give him the bloody football. We've got a £70 million striker who they said a stat about, what's his name? Tony. Tony has had more goal chances than Højlund this season, and Tony's missed how much of the season?
Well, he came back in January?
There you go.
He's had more shots and
yes,
big
chances.
He's had more,
yes.
I mean, I have to say, right? You can say what you want about Rashford and Garnacho, but that strikes me as a massive system error.
Yeah, but there's something going. There's something definitely going wrong.
Right, we'll come back to that. I want to look at the comments. Right, Simon's got an odd one. As a player, Zidane was a wizard. As manager, jury's out on that one. Did Zidane not win 4 Champions Leagues in a row?
Yes, but what did he coach? So I'm saying he had a ready-built team, bro. His team was already there.
No one's ever done that.
No, I'm not going to say. I kind of agree with Simon Warner, but it really, when you speak it out loud, it really does sound like a stupid argument because you've just said he's won 4 Champions Leagues. I get that, but what did they do in the league?
Well, this is the thing: is that in Spain, it's the Champions League for Real Madrid. That's their league. That's their trophy. For us, it's the Premier League. That's our trophy. And I would imagine that pretty much everyone here would prefer to win the Premier League than the Champions League next year.
Yeah.
Right. If either were possible. In Spain, they want the Champions League. That's their number one target going in the season. It's much harder to win the Champions League than La Liga, because in La Liga you're going up against 1 or 2 people possibly. In Europe you're going up against oil states and stuff like that. But the thing is that you're right in the fact that he had Bale, Benzema, Ronaldo, Modric, Cruz, Casemiro at the time, Varane. He had an outstanding team, but they constantly delivered what they set out to do. And the question that you're saying is, if the jury is out on that one, was it the players that were managing themselves and getting it over the line, or was it the manager? And I would be swayed by the argument that Sergio Ramos, had more of an effect than Zidane did. So yeah. I can accept that one, but the jury is out. I'm not so sure about. And Bart is saying Zidane may have had a technically sound assistant at Real. Zizou ball, lol. Zizou, good manager. Not many have won 3 Champions League. Agree. What's Big G got for me? 11 Stevie Wonders out on the pitch would be better than our first 11, and probably less superstitious. Shout out Amonde. Amonde can't be with us tonight because he's got to drive for 40 minutes. Zidane has outthought other managers. It's a little unkind that he was just vibes FC. Yeah, JR, I'm not saying that Real Madrid were just vibes FC. What I'm asking, because I don't know, is was it more the players or more Zidane? Because I'm of the opinion great players go out and solve problems, but that's something that has gone out of football. Now you have to listen to the manager and do exactly what they say. And I find it interesting that Ancelotti, for example, isn't that kind of manager and has just dumped Pep out of Europe again. Emma K, but that's also what's great about them. They put their trust in the players, and the manager showed them that they know the players aren't idiots. Probably gives a lot of confidence. Couldn't agree more. Andrew Williams, boys with the Z. Bath time. Have you been drinking, pal? Bruno has been playing a completely free role, and he's doing it poorly. I disagree, Big G. I think that ever since Erik ten Hag has come, you've seen Bruno, especially last season, playing a hell of a lot of right wing. Even this season, Bruno is the player that is moved around into different positions more than anyone else. Whereas under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Bruno always did whatever he wanted. We never saw him playing deep. We never saw him picking up off the centre halves. We never saw him out on the right wing. We always saw him slightly left of centre or playing as a second striker. So have it. Zidane, Pipe Dream, agree. We've got Rebel, that Ineos Broom has cleaned out the rotting husks in the executive level at club. Now it's time for the Broom to sweep the playing squad. A lot of stuff going on with that Broom.
A lot.
That's a heavy broom. It's like Trigger's broom. Was it a new broom, Mr. D, or was it the old broom?
Yeah, there we go. It was. I would say it was a new broom. Right.
You've definitely been on the bottle, pal. I will be a bit later. Don't worry, Big G. Agile Beast, I'd rather get to 4 European Cups and get close to level 7, but we won't be in it next year anyway. But 2025, fingers crossed, lads. And I'm 100% we're nearer Potter than Zidane. Yeah, I would agree on that. And look who's turned up late. Absolute disgrace, Stephanie. Where have you been? I haven't known how many likes we've had. It's been torturous here, but I hope you've had a nice day. All right. So with Zidane, Mr. B, I think we can all agree it's a bit of a pipe dream. But let's say we could get him in. Would it be an improvement having a free reign manager over Ten Hag in his sort of like micromanaging of everyone?
Yes.
Why?
Players do need a level of freedom, but I just don't believe the players at Manchester United deserve freedom, bro.
Lock them up.
Yeah, man. Lock him up and throw away the key, man. I just don't see those players doing any better with no instructions, bro.
Right. What I see, Mr. B, is I think if you tell McTominay to just go out and play, McTominay will end up as a number 10 or a number 9 for the majority of the game.
Yeah.
I think Bruno will do the same. I think that Rashford will literally just walk on the last line of defence. I think that Garnacho will do whatever he likes. Anthony, Jesus Christ, he'll be like fidget spinning and punching people. Harry Maguire will go and try and play left wing. Like Anano will probably step up into central midfield.
God, can you imagine?
But the main thing is that with a manager like Ancelotti or Zidane, I think they've got experienced professionals. And with the United squad, we don't, with Kobe, Rasmus, Garnacho, Willie, players like that in the Premier League, they need a more hands-on manager for me. So I would actually say no to Zidane myself. What are you saying?
As I said, he's a better choice than Potter and thingy, but I just don't see how Zidane can coach. He coached players who didn't need. I know this is going to sound so stupid. He coached players who didn't need coaching. They knew their roles and they knew their jobs. Players at Man United need to be educated in what they're supposed to be doing. So I don't think he comes in. I don't think he comes in. Yeah.
I mean, you say that's stupid, but I remember Ronaldo's interview with Piers Morgan, and he said something like every coach thinks that they found the last Coca-Cola in the desert. But football's a very simple game. I know how to score goals. I know how to play, and I don't need anyone to tell me how to go and score goals. And I think that's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
All right. Let's look at some comments. Bart with a rare good comment says Ancelotti would have been the perfect successor to Sir Alex. I still think Jose would have been really good to come in after Fergie. No?
I can't stand Jose. So it's yeah, I can't stand Jose.
I'd take Jose right now. Right now till the end of the season. Tell him he's got to come in, he's got to win the cup, and that's it. And he can go off and he can make fun of Pep, he can make fun of Klopp, he can talk about how Pochettino is so shit at Chelsea compared to him. He can put it right up Rashford. He can do whatever he wants, but he has to deliver the cup, and then he pisses off. And then we get a new manager in. That would be my absolute dream for that to be announced tomorrow. Just 6 weeks of Jose unleashed. No?
No, I hate him.
Great. Really? Did you hate him beforehand?
Yeah, I didn't want him to come. I didn't want him to come because I knew he was going to come for 3 years and mash us up. And what did he do? He came there for 3 years and left us in a bigger mess than every club he goes to. Yeah, he wins things, but what does he leave behind? A complete and utter bloody mess.
Yeah, but he did get our highest points tally of 81 points.
I don't care. And then he made Schweinsteiger play with the under-16s.
Oh, I haven't seen that interview. Have you watched it?
Listen, bruv, the man's a disgrace. He didn't even talk to Schweinsteiger. Obviously, the season that he was injured at the end of the season, towards the end of the season, Van Gaal basically said to him he can come in once a week on a Saturday so that he can keep in contact with the club. Jose comes in and says you're training with... No, Jose didn't even tell him. They made Murtock bloody tell him that he's training with the under-16s. That's a disgrace, man. Under-16s, bro.
Jesus.
He's full of shit. He's full of shit. Yeah, I understand he had a rough time at Man United, but he knew how crap we were before he came. He knew what system he would have been working under. What did he think? Because he's got a big mouth, he was going to be able to change it. I don't have time for him, bro. I don't have no time for him. He was throwing players under the bus, left, right, and center. Looking back on it, maybe they deserved it, but I don't see how Schweinsteiger deserved it, what he got.
Yeah, I mean, as I say, I haven't seen the interview, but I always thought that although I'm not as big a fan of Luke Shaw as everyone else is, I can't deny Luke Shaw is great, but there are aspects of his game and his fitness that annoy me a lot. And I always thought Jose was too over the top with essentially calling Luke Shaw a bimbo. And then the Martial, Pogba and Rashford criticisms, I think, were probably accurate, but shouldn't have been handled that way. All right. What is this? Believe it or not, bath time has been caught sniffing bus seats after old people have been sat there. What's your thought with this revelation? I'll be very clear, Big G. I do not take public transport.
You know, of all of the answers that are coming out, that was not what I was expecting, Rob. I'll tell you, that was that wasn't what I was expecting.
I do take public transport. Emma would love to see Zidane with a young squad, and Anthony may not be a United player next season. That is very true. Agile is saying the football was awful under Jose. I know it is now, but still.
Half time. 1 second. I've just got to get the door. 1 second. Sorry,
okay.
Rob.
Schweinsteiger is an all-time great, says Bart. I thought that Jose could have used him as his general. Credit for him for not making noise or leaking to the press. I'm not sure I'd describe Schweinsteiger as an all-time great. I'd put Özil above him, to be honest. Jose got the Shaw one right. Maybe I don't disagree, Andrew, but like if you're a utilitarianist and you believe that the end justifies the means, perfect. But I think there's a way of doing things. And Big G's just having a laugh. Spurs won bugger all under Jose. Honestly, one of the weirdest things I've seen in the Premier League was Spurs sacking Jose a week or two before a final. And I don't think he'd lost the final at that point. Roma are doing fine. We'll see how Roma get on because he might have just asked for too much money to be spent then. Rashi will still sneak into a private jet to get pissed somewhere the evening before training. And then, but I mean, this is why you get banned on other channels because, I mean, Schweinsteiger is a better player than Keane and Robson.
And that is exactly the reason why you get banned. We're tolerant. We're very tolerant, but there will be a time when comments like that are going to get you done. So yeah.
But the thing is, it's such a shit troll because no one could probably believe that. Like, it's like saying my cat would be a lion in a fight. It's just not going to happen. I don't know what you're talking about, but I do rate you as a troll. Like, I don't actually think you're a football fan. I think you're a trolling fan. But that's one of the worst ones you've ever done. And I don't. This is the genius of Bart. I don't know if he's deliberately put in a terrible opinion to try.
Yeah, of course he has. Of course he has. There's no. He supports Liverpool, so maybe his IQ is very low. To be fair, but
yeah,
no.
And look, we deserve better. Oh my God, you're early. We are early because Mr. B will be departing for a bigger channel this evening, and I really, really hope that they annoy him and he just goes off. One of my friends is on that panel, a guy called Rhino, who's very, very calm.
Oh yeah, he's on. Yeah, he's on tonight. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I've been trying to get him on for years onto the agenda. But anyway, Jose's Premier League total of 81 points to Pep's insurance still the bet. Right, Steph, this is something that I've wanted to bring up for a long time, is that at the moment as a fan base, Mr. B, I think that we accept that we're not going to win the league in the next season or 2 seasons or so, like realistically, unless you're a Monde Juma. But instead of saying we need to get Champions League or we need to get 3rd or 4th or 2nd, I think we should be looking at, we've got to break that 81 points. To beat Pep City, you need like 95 points. So what we've got to do is we've got to improve each season by, say, 7 or 8 points.
What points are we on at the moment?
Not a lot. I think we're on 53. Someone in chat will tell us, but I know we got 75 last year.
And the year before that was shit because we got 50.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got 50 something, didn't we? Strong.
But basically, this season, my metric for success was beating Jose's 81, that's only 7 points. That's only 7 points more, and we spent 200 million. We're on 50 points.
Fuck my life.
And we're demonetized as well. Fucking hell. Now we can just fucking go for it, can't we? It's like the water's broken. It's fuck this. I hate this fucking team. 50 games to go. Yeah, before we get 100 points. Actually, Bart, this is a much better one, right? I think you're onto something here because, like, Double A is saying the same thing as well. Goals, goals, goals. What has been United's best goal tally in the decade since Fergie left? I mean, I'm going to guess it was the year that Martial, Greenwood, and Rashford all hit over 20 goals, like the COVID year under Ollie, because that's already like 60 goals in it. And then Bruno would have been there, so that would have been about 80. So, like, if anyone can let us know that, I know this is a news show, but we're interactive. We react live. But they had 78. What, the COVID team, Andrew?
Was that Premier League goal?
Well, I think that the 3 boys that got the 20 goals, they did it across like all competitions. Yeah, Rashford has never got 20 Premier League goals. But I mean, they got each of them, like those 3 forwards all scored over 20 goals that season. So we got 73 in the COVID year, and I reckon that's our record. And that's not even 2 a game. That's 1.6 or something over 38. No, it's not. That's 2.2. And Bilal is saying he eats on the floor, so he doesn't have to look at the table. Quite like that. That's quite a good one. I think only Liverpool's front 3 scored more. I think that season we scored more than Liverpool's front 3 because they were disastrous that season, Liverpool. I think that no, they didn't. They won the league. So yes, I agree. Rashad 23, Martial 23, 17 for Greenwood. Is that in the league? I mean, that's unbelievable compared to what we're getting now. Can you imagine? Højlund 23, Rashford 23, Garnacho 17.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that like everyone laughs at me because I always say that Ollie was a much better manager than people think. But one thing I will say about that year that I think people kind of forget this is that the footballers were living under COVID the same as we were. And that meant all they had was football. They couldn't go out to nightclubs. They couldn't go and get pissed up in Belfast. Couldn't go out golfing. Couldn't. All they had to do was concentrate on football. And they basically came back and played the best they've ever played because all they had was football. And I've always thought it shows how unprofessional, uncommitted, and unfocused a lot of our squad is, because I saw what they could do when they just focused on football.
Good point.
All right. Well, I think we're going to probably finish here, unless Mr. B, there's anything you want to discuss.
No, I'm trying to think. Did I have anything else? No, I think that might have been it, to be fair.
All right, I'll ask you one last question. Anthony, Maguire, McTominay, they're all available for the game on Sunday. Do you want any of them to start?
Well, I think Maguire needs to start.
Yeah.
Who else have we got as defenders?
Willie.
Yeah, Maguire needs to start. Whether Willie starts is the bigger issue.
Anthony getting in?
Yeah, he should play over Mark. He should play over Rashford. Yeah,
100%. So right, Anthony. So Garnacho left, Anthony right.
Anthony right, yeah, and still Højlund up front. The thing is, it's taken me a long time to I don't hate Rashford, but it's going to take a lot to earn my respect back from him.
He's hurt you. He was your boy.
Yeah, he was my guy, and he just turned up for the payday, man, and now he doesn't give a shit. Oh, I don't need to run. I got 315 coming in next week. It's no headache. You know what I mean? Take all the abuse. Come on YouTube, as you said, Instagram or wherever he posted about, he loves the club and he's got the club in his heart. My arse. He don't care. If a dog's chasing after him, he's going to run a lot faster than he's running out there. He doesn't give a toss, man. He don't give a toss. I don't understand it. I don't get why you do that, but the whole world is seeing it bath time. This isn't just a training thing. Yeah. You know, every single game, he just jogs. You see Højlund playing in his position, he's busting his ass to close down the defenders. Oh, Rashford. Oh, people are saying Rashford's carrying an injury. If you're injured, don't fucking play.
I mean, I think for me, I look at someone like Salah, who has a similar sort of work ethic at Liverpool. A lot of Liverpool fans are unhappy with Salah and his performances in the last couple of games.
How old is he? 31, 32? There you go, man. Rashford's 27.
Yeah, but the thing is Salah scores goals. And he contributes. And Rashford
there you go.
All right, McTominay for Casemiro, or are you sticking with Casemiro?
They both shouldn't play because we play with 10 men when they're both on the pitch. Find a position for Mason Mount that you spent 55 fucking million pound on. That's what you need to do. Yeah, you've got him. What was he going to do in the season? What, just be a bench warmer? He has to have a position in the team. The team ain't winning until
we've lost Mr. B.
He's going to go out there playing that fucking rice pudding fat cunt. Sorry. Yeah,
that's
banned.
A bit much. We are demonetized there. Let's you know.
No, we're not. We're not. Bath time. I didn't tell you because I know what your mouth's like. We don't get we don't get demonetized for cussing.
Do we not?
No, none of the watch along.
Can I really talk the way I normally talk?
As of the next show, yeah, because we're running out of time on this one. But yeah, Bath time. I didn't want to tell you because I know your mouth is worse than mine, bro. But yeah, we unless it maybe if it's a whole conversation of FBs and Cs, then yeah. But if not, then yeah, man, it's you can talk how you want to talk, man.
Nice one. And I can show Andrew's comment. Right, right. I'm obviously an absolute gentleman and never swear at all. Right, boys and girls, I think we're going to end it there. Is there a watch along on Sunday?
yes, I'm against my better judgment because I think we're going to take licks and the whole world is going to see us burn. So yeah, I will be doing the watch along on Sunday.
That's a massive back down from what you said last night about how we are not going to lose Coventry City.
You know what?
It's unimaginable.
Reality kicks in. Sometimes bath time. You know, yesterday I think I was just full of rage. Today I'm a lot calmer. And yeah, I think it's not going to be the game that we want it to be, boy. I can see penalties.
Well, you know, we got through against Brighton on penalties with De Gea and nets, so stranger things have happened. But all right, boys and girls, we'll be back with a match reaction and a watch along on Sunday. On Monday, there won't be an eye test. There'll be we'll be talking about defenders and things. And Mr. B is going on to Syed TV in
half an hour. Yeah, half an hour.
So please go and support him and call them all tossers if they disagree with Mr. B. Like you can say and act how you want on those kind of channels. Just go and cosplay as a sort of like teenager in a market town, like bullying people outside Tesco.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. Just for Syed TV. I wish it was on
He means the cup game.
Oh shit! Sorry.
What are you talking about? Yeah, it's on after Jonathan Ross, Saeed and Mr. B discussing Ten Hag.
Oh my god, I was such an idiot. I was such an idiot. Oh god.
Yeah, I agree, Andrew. Steph, you can't possibly. Are you a mod on like Saeed TV as well?
She is.
How did she do it?
Block those bitches, Steph.
Yeah. All right, boys and girls, thank you very much. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll be back with you on
Sunday.
All right, good stuff, Mr. B.